Hello, friends. My name is Jake Harris. This is Jakey Live. If you're here with us for the first time, welcome. And if you've been following the last couple of weeks or months or so, however long we've been doing this for, welcome back. And we're here on behalf of Temple Sinai, Palm Beach County, and Delray Beach, Florida, a warm, inclusive Jewish community, Reformed Jewish community. If you're interested in some Friday night services, Shabbat, Torah study, pastoral care, Rabbi Aviva Bash, anything that you would need being Jewish, you got it at Temple Sinai. So reach out to us. You could send us a message right in the chat if you want more information. We got some of our admins, hopefully, checking out the chat as well. Now, here at Jakey Live, this is a show where we interpret ancient wisdom through a modern lens. And in addition to our love of music, our love of food, our love of art, I hear the sounds of nature. I fall in love. I feel at peace. So we got nature today, BiShvat, the Jewish celebration of the trees. And in addition to our nature and our music, we have live art. So in the corner here, we got Cantor Rachel Slusky, and she's going to be working on this painting. She's going to be honoring the tree. Now, Judaism, a lot of it has to do with marking time. We want to mark our holy time. And so for BiShvat, in our marking of the time, of this time of the year, we are talking about the trees. Now, I personally love trees. I've always loved trees. I've always loved nature. Ludwig van Beethoven said, "Nature is my scripture." You can't argue with that. I'm Jewish, born and bred since the very first day I opened my eyes, and I would agree with Beethoven that nature is my scripture. I can read the Torah, I can read the prayers, the Talmud, the Mishnah, what have you. But really, what's going to teach me the most about God and about how life works? Nature. As I said, I've loved nature ever since I was a young boy. We actually have a video, an old video of me when I was a little kid, just absolutely loving nature.
Gaga goo goo. Gaga goo goo.
Yeah, I happen to have the same glasses and the same shirt on. Miraculous. So nature can show us what God intended for us in life. And today we're going to be exploring different venues of nature and figuring out just how we interact with it as Jews and just as people, just as regular people as well. So starting off, we're going to take a trip into the forest. So I hope that you'll come with us here and we enter into the forest. And so there's a lot of potential here to be inspired. So hopefully there's a moment where you'll feel that inspiration. Here we go, folks, into the forest. Where is this forest? Where are we? It's a good question. It could be a forest in New England where I'm from. It could be out in Pennsylvania. Probably not going to be down here in Florida because, of course, we don't see too many palm trees here. Now, in nature, there is a feeling that we get, a feeling of serenity, a feeling of awe. Maimonides said that in order to understand the holiness of God, in order to continue to be inspired by God, we have to understand science. So now that we're in the forest, I just want to talk about one scientific concept that is one of the holiest things to me. And what that concept is, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process where plants take in sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water, and they turn it into a food source. This is incredible. All they need is water and sun, and they can eat. Now, if we flip this equation that we see right up here, this equation, take the carbohydrates, take the oxygen, and take the water, that's what humans need. We do that process, and that's how we get our energy out of food. We just got to add the food to it, the carbohydrates. We breathe. We drink water. This is an unbelievable process. And the fact that humans exhale what plants inhale, that is a symbiotic relationship. We're relying on one another. And I couldn't have created this. No person could have created this. This is a divine process. Photosynthesis is absolutely divine. And how humans can eat food, And using some of the same techniques as plants, we can live, and we help plants live. What is our duty as Jews? What's our purpose? Really, it's to protect the earth and make sure that we can pass on this creation, this beauty that we've experienced to generations to come, to our children. You know, I'm waiting for the day once I can get back up north during a snowy winter, maybe up to Vermont and Jay Peak and see something like this, just an unbelievable landscape with snow. If I was able to get back up here, wow. Be magnificent. It's important when we're thinking about nature and we're thinking about the trees that we have some accountability here. We want to be sure that we have the ability to pass on the beauty of nature to our children, and there's a holy process in here that enables humanity to live. Without the plants, without photosynthesis and nature, we won't be able to live. So, we're going to check back in and see how Rachel is doing.
Gaga goo goo.
In just a second. Wow, what a magnificent development, Rach. The branches go out, and we got to be sure that we have enough of these trees standing. Each moment that we're in nature, each time that we think about the trees, we are thinking about ourselves. We're thinking about how we must be to nature as God is to us, the keeper and protector. So I want to be sure, as we move forward into the future, that we are able to protect this, that we're able to keep this going. Joni Mitchell really said it the best. You've paved paradise, put up a parking lot, it's going to be nothing left. So behind me, maybe is a metropolis city somewhere. Who knows? I'm going to grab my guitar.
Hey everyone, how you doing tonight? We're glad to see you on here on Jakey Live. I'm Rachel Slusky, and always a pleasure to be here with you, and especially celebrating nature and BiShvat. So in a second here, we're going to sing a great song by Joni Mitchell, like Jake said. Oh, we might have lost video for a second there, but I think Jake just fixed it. Yeah, nice.
Thanks for bearing with us, folks. So some development's fine. We got to live, but we got to make sure that our lives don't impede too much on nature, because without the symbiosis of nature, without our collaboration with nature, we got no life to live.
They paved paradise, put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Shoo, pop, 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 shoo, pop, 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 pop.
They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum. Then they charged all the people $1.50 just to see 'em. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Shoo, pop, 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 shoo, pop, 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 pop.
Hey, farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, leave me the birds and the bees. Please, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Shoo, pop, 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 shoo, pop, 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 pop.
Late last night, I heard the screen door slam. And a big yellow taxi took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Shoo, pop, 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 shoo, pop, 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 pop.
Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Shoo, pop, 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 pop.
They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Shoo, pop, 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 pop.
They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Okay. Thank you so much, Cantor Rachel. We got our battery up. It's always important, folks, in a time of technology to keep things going. Now, how do we regenerate ourselves? How do we rejuvenate ourselves when our batteries are low? Well, down here in Delray Beach, Florida, I don't think we're doing it enough, and Cantor Rachel can attest for it, but we like to go to the beach, feet in the sand. Now, I used to go up to Saltaire and Fire Island. That was back in the day, but down here in Florida, I swear the sand's finer and the ocean's a little bit bluer. I don't know. Never been anywhere like this, quite like this in my entire life. In the ocean, we're going to find God. We are going to understand the other place in which we find God in nature, in most abundance. So behind me, you may see some fish. It kind of looks like we got some light around the ring. So this is a rendering of reality. This is what it's supposed to look like in nature. But this is not nature. This is an aquarium. You can see by the light that's around the top. Now, for fish in an aquarium, they're able to swim freely to a certain extent till they reach the wall. But there's something that they're not breathing in through their gills. They're not inhaling through the water that wild fish are going to have in abundance. And this is something that I'm really devastated about, honestly. I could not be more devastated about this. And what it is, microplastics. So I'm wearing 100% cotton right here. And anyone that knows me knows I'm always with that 100% cotton. And the reason why is really because polyester makes me schwitz like crazy. I mean, I'll be schwitzing all day, as you've seen me probably. However, the other reason why I'm only wearing the cotton clothes is because of microplastics. Polyester, anything that has a poly in it, it's a polymer, means plastic. So when we wash our clothes, we get these microplastics. We got all tiny, tiny pieces. When we're washing our textiles, 64% of fabric is made from plastic, including polyester, nylon, acrylic, and polyamide. There's those polys in there, just meaning multiple. Every time synthetic textiles are washed, 700,000 tiny pieces of plastic break off, and up to 40% of them enter rivers, lakes, and oceans. Sewage and wastewater treatment plants are primarily designed to treat waste and do not have the capability to filter out most microplastics before being released into the environment. So even though our water is being treated in a certain way, and I mean, I come from Cambridge, Massachusetts, the water treatment plant at Fresh Pond, reverse osmosis for 8 stages, wow, such filtration. However, it's saying they're not really able to get out these microplastics because what they're trying to filter out is waste. We want to be able to pass this ocean to our children. We want to be able to be God to the ocean like God is to us, the keeper, the protector, the one who gave us life. So accountability and responsibility for us, if you have the option, go 100% cotton. If you can grab that, try and buy 100% cotton clothes. The other thing about the microplastics, plastic waste from bottles, So even if a large piece of plastic that has been recycled enters in, if anybody's ever collected beach glass, well, looks like some beach glass right here, except it's not beach glass, it's like beach plastic. So we got to be really conscious of this, and we can do small things to help, like using a reusable water bottle. We want to be able to pass this ocean to our children. I want to be able to pass it along. I'm so inspired by the beauty of nature and by the beauty of the ocean, by the beauty of water. And part of that equation with the plants, H2O, we need that water. So I hope that for us, we're able to take this in and we feel that we're able to go near the water. And the Beach Boys, well, it's in the name. They're really going to have that. They're going to know why the ocean is so important. And it's not just because you want to go and get a tan, you want to take your kids there, build a couple of sandcastles, Revere Beach, Delray Beach, Boynton Beach, Miami Beach, Saltaire, Fire Island. Great times. You want to be sure that you're bringing them to a place that's clean and safe for them to play in, for them to enjoy. And then for the fish that we eat, we want to be sure that we're not consuming any plastic. So this is a nice curling wave. Thank you to the Beach Boys. And let this not happen to us. Let's be able to go near the water. Don't go near the water. Don't you think it's sad what's happened to the water? Our water's going bad. Oceans, rivers, lakes, and streams have all been touched by men. The poison floating out to sea now threatens life on land. Don't go near the water. Ain't it sad what's happened to the water? It's going bad. Don't go near the water. 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 Toothpaste and soap will make the oceans a bubble bath. So let's avoid an ecological aftermath. Beginning with me, beginning with you. Don't go near the water. Do it any wrong. To be cool with the water, the message of this song. Let's all help the water right away. Do what we can and oughta. Let's start today. Don't go near the water. 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 Let's not let it happen. My math teacher back in the day once told me, Jake, why is it that you don't focus on math? I said, teacher, I'm going to be a musician. There's no need for me to do this math. I said, there is so much math in music, just like there's so much math in nature. I said, well, what are you talking about? What is it, in fact, that you're talking about? And he said, look at the tree. The way that the tree goes out, the way that it branches out, it goes in the same pattern. It repeats its same pattern. There's so many patterns in nature, just like you have patterns in music. So for all of these things, for the water, for the trees, for where we are in nature, why? Why is it that we're trying to keep this up, that we're trying to raise this up on BiShvat here? The reason we want to pass along the beauty of nature to our children. And this is now public knowledge, so I'm going to go ahead and tell anybody who's watching this, and my family is just over the moon, that I'm going to be an uncle very soon. And my brother is going to be a father. And we really are so excited for this. And when I think about my future niece, I think about the life that I've lived here on Earth so far. Fire Island, Saltaire, down in Delray Beach, going out west to Oregon, Mount Hood, California. Amazing places to see, just to name a few in America. And in the world, I hope to continue to explore, to find new places, to experience new things. And I hope for the generations to come, in the true spirit of Lador Vador, we're able to give them a better world than we inherited. Isn't that what we all want? So before we close out tonight with our last song, I just want to remind anyone that's watching, if you haven't already, please go ahead and click the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. You can see it at the bottom. This one right here that I just put up, it's not live, so if you click it, it's not going to work. But go ahead and click subscribe. It'll be kind of lower, it'll be at the bottom. And you'll be notified of Shabbat services, Torah study that we're hoping to put out there. Right now, it's not going out on YouTube, but we're hoping to get it out there. So please consider subscribing to our channel, checking out what we got going on. So for all of us here at Jakey Live, we hope that we can continue to be inspired by nature and to pass along what we have here to future generations. Got to make sure that they don't cut down all the trees and poison all the waters, so that we'll be able to take grandkids and great-grandkids, and they'll be able to take their great-grandkids to the beach, into the snow, into the forest. So it's really a beautiful place that we have here. And I think it's just so important for us to keep it up. I'm going to invite Cantor Rachel back. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky,
Are also on the faces of people walking by.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. Friends, it's been a pleasure being with you here tonight. I hope that something throughout tonight's episode made you think a little bit more deeply about nature and feel that the world that we have here is an incredibly beautiful one that's worth doing the work to protect. Thanks, Cantor Rachel.